All right, we're live. I believe we are actually live. All right, so my name is Tori Christman, as you can see. Tori Magoo 44 on YouTube and TikTok, both of them. Or you can do Tori Christman 44 on TikTok. And the picture you see, Scientology Stop Hurting Families, is the reason I speak out. It's the number one reason. There's many abuses they have. One of them is roping in young people into Scientology at underage and making, signing them up for like a slave camp, which is their C organization. And they make it sound like you're really going to be helping mankind and this is what you're going to be doing and blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, no. The actual fact of the matter is, it is a slave camp. You work half the day doing hard labor, and half the day you get what they call training or auditing, which for most of them, they have a bridge to total freedom. I think I found one. I did. I found it to show you guys. Well, it doesn't have the triangle. It's not as good, but it does show you. Wait, I got to put this back on. All right, how do I get this? Okay, remove that. There we go. Here we go. This is all this stuff. Hey, JB808. This is all the this is the auditing side, and this is the training side. So it's really a ton of stuff to get up to the top. And I was a class 5 intern auditor and OT7. OT8 is the top of their bridge to total freedom, which is really a bridge into a ditch for anyone listening. Or if you happen to be in and just happen to be lurking, feel while you still can. A lot of people have died since I've been out. I've been out 25 years. I've been speaking out for 25 years. I think they've been basically trying to kill me one way or the other, unsuccessfully. And I've met a lot of wonderful people, including JB808. He's a really wonderful guy who lives in Hawaii, which you could live in Hawaii. If you were in the Sea Org and you were unhappy, you could move to Hawaii. You can move anywhere in the world. I mean, the thing that's amazing is that there are so many wonderful people out here. Hey, Trevor says, Starship Trooper, hi. Hello, and hello, good evening, fellow interbulators. I like that. Hi, Marcy. Thanks for coming on. Ooh, hey, good to see you. Thank each one of you. Yeah, it's kind of amazing because when you're in, they really pump how awful the world is outside of Scientology. It's only safe and good inside of Scientology, which is why I, for years, have called it the Scientology Truman Show. If you haven't seen that movie, see it, because it really depicts. You have to see it a few times to really get it, but it's really how Scientology is. Oh, I love you, Tori. Thank you for everything you've done and continue to do. Thank you, JB808. That's so sweet. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I mean, there are really cool people that are out here, but you don't know it when you're in. You just think, oh, God, these are my friends. That's it. It's like, here's the tent, and I'm in it, and that's it. And if I leave, I'll have no friends. Well, I'll tell you a little secret. It's the exact opposite. All of these people have become my friends since I'm out. I didn't know any of them. You told me to watch the Truman Show, and I did. And wow, yes, just like it. Yeah, it's pretty shocking when especially if you watch it a couple of times and you go, oh my God. They've even got Osa in there, where they're out on the beach, and he's finally meeting the girl that he wants to meet, and then boom, up comes. She says, you better get out of here. They're going to be here in a minute. And sure enough, they are. Are my lips not moving with my voice? It looks and sounds like they're not again. I don't know what that is. That's the second time that's happened. But let's hope it I think it might be because I moved my hands. Let's see if is it better now? I think it's better. I can't tell. Anyway, this is the way it's going to be. Tell me if it's something really weird, Marcy, let me know. It's a bit off. Okay, that's what I thought. Well, I'll just keep moving my hands around and then hopefully it'll come back to being on. It's weird. The internet. And especially for someone like me who doesn't know much about the internet, it's very weird. Because I don't know what to do to change it. Now, if Bunker was here, he would know what to do. Actually, Marcy probably knows what to do. So you can type in what to do if you know what to do, Marcy. But anyway, this topic tonight is Scientology. Does what you say matter and why? Yes, another movie from the 90s she suggested is Pleasantville with Reese Witherspoon. That is so true, JB808. Thank you. Keep reminding people of that because that is another really good movie. I love the travel agency posters in the Truman Show. One poster is a fiery but mostly peaceful plane crash, and one poster is a ship sinking. That's it. It is. It so nails it. It really does. But Pleasantville is everything's in black and white. And as I was waking up around the complex, I kept thinking maybe I'm in black and white and I'm starting to turn colors, like all these colors here, right? And I felt like, oh my God, maybe they can see me. It was very freaky. I need to go back and watch it again. Yeah, it's really good to see a few times. How are you doing tonight, Tori? Good. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate it. I'm doing well. I'm seeing a few different doctors over kind of a balance issue that I have, and my feet. So my mom had really bad feet, and I inherited them. I inherited her hair, which is the good part, and I unfortunately inherited her feet, which is not the good part. Hi, Tori and everyone. Hi, Kelly. I am lurking, listening while I clean up the kitchen. All right, good girl. We're trying to figure out how the sound seems a little bit off from my lips talking. And I don't know how to get it back. Do you know how to do that? We inherit the good and the bad. Yep, exactly. But luckily, my doctor was smart enough at the time when I got this, when it started with my feet, I was late 40s, early 50s. And he said, just suffer it out. Because the surgery that we have for feet, just like with my mom, she just got worse and worse and worse until she could hardly walk. And, but she kept getting surgery. I haven't. So I can walk, but I do have kind of balance issues, and we're not sure if that's from my feet, ear, nose, and throat, something neurological. So I'm seeing all those different doctors, and they're all, hopefully together, they'll figure out what the hell it is. Tori and the redheaded woman have the best hair in Scientology. Thank you, Jefferson. I don't, sorry. Sometimes StreamYard lags with YouTube. Oh, okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know. So I won't worry about it. So anyway, he said, don't do anything. And now recently, this is like many, many years later. That was when I was in my 50s. Now I'm 78. And my newest foot doctor said, he's 100% right. I would still say the same thing. Don't do anything. Just keep, we'll work on it. We're going to get you insoles, which I did. Here they are. They look gigantic, but they're not. But anyway, they're insoles. He said, get those. I did. He gave me foot exercises, which I'm working on. Anyway, so we're working on it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, Liz Gale. Yeah, she has beautiful hair. She really does. Yeah, she has really, really pretty hair. My hair is very functional because I have a hairdresser who knows me, and I cannot, blow dry my hair for a long time. So he worked it out where he cuts it and it just pretty much stays the same. And that's why people always think it's a wig because it looks the same all the time, but it's not. And I always say, go ahead, pull it off, see if you can. I think finally now people realize it really is my hair. Yeah, Mike had dapper silver fox hair too. Ah, you have beautiful hair. I have fine hair. Yeah, one of my dearest friends has very fine hair, and it's kind of, for her it's a bummer, but we all have, everybody has gifts and they have things that are problems. And I really think it depends on how much attention you put on it, whether it gets worse or better, whatever you do. But, I really believe in preventative medicine. And so for me, it's better to get things checked out, see if there is anything. Hopefully it's nothing big, and together we'll work it out. Thank you. Thank all of you. So we'll see. But that's why you usually see me sitting. I'm not walking around, because when I walk, unless I'm in a really good place, it's easy to trip. And if I trip, it's very hard to get up. And my brother has the same thing. So he told me, and I think this is a good idea. He said, just go to the mall, because the mall is all even. There's people there in case you do happen to fall. And there's little chairs where you can sit down in between walking. So I thought that's a good idea. So that's something on my list of 8 million things that I have to do. But does what you say matter, and why? It absolutely matters. I honestly can say I've been speaking out for 25 years. But if it wasn't for the people on the internet backing me up from 2000 on, I wouldn't be here. You would never hear me. You would never know me. I would have never made 1,000 videos. I promise you that. So that's what happens with each activist. I think it's like, to the degree people are interested and care, they continue, and if they don't, they go, I've said enough. I met Mike Rinder, had magnificent hair as well. I've been balding since my early 20s, so I still notice nice hair. Yeah, I hear you. And he did have nice hair. I'm glad we know you. Thank you, Marcy. I'm glad to know you guys too. I really am. You have no idea. That's what I wanted to tell you. It's like there aren't enough thanks in the world to thank all of you that have been supportive of me. It just means so much. And it means so much to everybody else. A lot of people don't say anything about it, but I know it means a lot to them. I know it does. So there you go. So 100% it matters. And why does it matter? Because it keeps people going. They want to keep communicating because there's people that are interested in what they're saying. If nobody was interested, it'd be like, I'm going to read a book. Yesterday, today. Wow. I think you forgot a colon after the word Scientology. Scientology ... Does what you say matter, and why? Okay. I don't know if I can change that. Scientology does what you say matter, and why. I don't, but thank you. Yesterday, today. I think I'll have to do it afterwards, I think. I don't know if I can change it now. Let's see if I can add something now. I'll try it. Colon. Did it work? No. Yeah, I think I have to do it after. I'll have to go into edit and fix it. You're all good, Tori. Thank you, Marcy. Or Kelly sometimes knows how to fix it. Oh, here's edit. There you go. Ooh. Okay, I found edit. Okay, there's the dots, space. All right, there we go. And save the changes. All right, let's see. There you go. I did it. Thank you. Your gratitude is really genuine. I feel it even deeper with the enables I took before you're live. With the edibles I took before you're live. Oh, cool. I tried those edibles. I did because my roommate was dying of cancer. A dear friend of mine, John Dries. And so we went and thought, well, he could try it because different people were saying it really helps people who are sick. So we got some edibles because he couldn't smoke anything because he had lung cancer. So we got these edibles and he wouldn't try them. So finally I thought, well, one night I was on the internet. I thought, I'll try them. Now I'd lost 100 pounds at that time and kept it off for a few years. And it meant a lot to me. So I did not want to gain back that weight. But I ate those edibles. And sure enough, I was like, I got to get something to eat. And I'd go into the kitchen, get something to eat, come back. I got to get something else to eat. I'd go back in the kitchen. After a half an hour, I said, that's it. I'm done forever. Because I'll eat myself back up to 100 pounds overweight. Forget it. No, not going to do it. Yay, you. See, you can totally do stuff on your own. Oh, I know I can, Kelly. I know it. If you mean yay me. I don't know if maybe you meant somebody else, but absolutely people can do things on their own. Hey, Tori, you fixed it. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Marcy. I figured it out. I'm getting there. I really am. It's slow, but I'm getting there. Hi, Connie B. Says hello to everybody in the chat. So this is a topic, Connie, about Scientology. Does what you say matter and why? And I'm trying to just thank everyone and explain that it matters monumentally. I mean, without you guys, I wouldn't, why would I make a video? I mean, I used to make videos where I'd just put up the video and then people would comment underneath it. But even that was really important because it was like someone made comments underneath and it mattered to them. It really did. And, people, I told you the Jehovah's Witness mother, where she came up to me and it was a gift show and she tapped on my shoulder and I went, yeah. And she went, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. And I said, no, it's okay. What's up? And she said, I just wanted to let you know I'm part of your YouTube site. And I said, really? What got you there? And she said, well, I have 2 kids and they're both in the Jehovah's Witness. And I had spent years trying to get them out and nothing worked. And then one night they started watching your videos and now they're out. And she said, I can't thank you enough. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. I mean, to be able to help get someone out of another cult. But these other kids had told me before, so I knew it was possible. They were Jehovah's Witnesses. And they wrote me and they said, we were laughing about you. Because I used to always make really goofy things in the beginning because earlier critics were very, very serious. And it was like, you have to find out the truth about Scientology. And I would just think, it's too heavy. People aren't going to want to watch it. So I would start with Mr. Anonymous, who's my little buddy that Andreas gave me from Norway. He's got the little Norwegian flag. Where is it? It's on this side. There you go. See? It's Mr. Anonymous. And he became pretty famous around the world because everybody wanted to meet Mr. Anonymous. There he is. But anyway, I would start with that. And they would say, they were teasing each other and laughing and how goofy I was. And they said, but one of them said, we actually do the exact same thing in Jehovah's Witness. And that got them looking and they woke up and they left. And they said, we're free from that. So, everything, I always say every voice matters. And it does. Because I know if you're not, the headline person, sometimes people think, well, what I say doesn't matter. It does. It matters a whole bunch. And it matters more than you know. So Connie B arrived. And JB808 is agreeing with Jefferson about Tori Magoo's streams are the most informative, interesting, and mellowest Scientology streams. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. I work on that. I really try to, because I figure I don't want to, we have enough shit going on in the world. You don't need to come onto a YouTube site and hear more shit. You know what I mean? I just think, no, not my thing. So, I try to keep it upbeat, and help inform people on things and educate them. But every once in a while, I want to thank you, because it's very, very important to me. And, I'll go to bed at night and think, thank God those guys are around. It really means a lot to me. But I think, you guys don't know it. You probably think, she doesn't really care. I do. I really, really do. And I even care about the guys afterwards. If some guy leaves a comment afterwards, that means a lot to me. It really does. I really appreciate when people communicate. Back then, YouTube would only allow videos under 10 minutes for years. That's why I have 1,000 videos under 10 minutes. I mean, they're all like super quick. My escape story, they're like 5 minutes each, because I was always afraid, if it went over 10 minutes, that was it. No, they wouldn't put it up. Cute moose. I know, Andreas gave me him from Norway. All right, comment. Back in 2014 or 15, this is from Valerie Watkins. I watched all of your videos. They just started popping up on my YouTube suggestion. Then I didn't see you again until last year when you had the protest by Big Blue. Yeah, what happened is it wasn't 2014 or 15, because I was still making videos until COVID. COVID was 2020. And in 2020, I just was like, I have nothing to say. Everyone is so worried and upset. And, I don't want to be trying to educate people on Scientology when they're all already weird enough. It's like, I just took a break. And then during that time, a lot of the activists learned the computer. And so when they came back, they all had these, like, here's Hemet with a picture of it, and here's David Miscavige. And, they knew how to do that. I don't. So I thought, okay, I'm out of my league. It's over. So that was it. And then Andrew, my friend, said, go, type in Jessica Palmadessa on TikTok. And I said, Andrew, I don't do TikTok. And he knows me. And he said, Tori, listen to me carefully. Go to TikTok and type in Jessica Palmadessa. And I did, and I swear to God, I laughed and laughed and laughed. I thought, oh my God, I've got to meet this girl. And Will was there too, and both of them, I wanted to meet him. So Drew and I went down there that weekend, and they weren't at the testing center. They weren't at Celebrity Center. So I said, let's try the complex. And we went to, and there was L. Ron Hubbard Way, dead, nobody there. But in the middle of the street were these 6 or 7 kids, and it was them. And I went, oh my God. And they all went, Tori Magoo. They knew my YouTube site. So anyway, I asked Jessica to come over and show me how to do this live streaming, because I'd never even heard of it. And thank you, Marcy. I had never heard of it, honestly. And so she came over and showed me. And I told her what I just told you. And she said, don't worry about it. Nobody cares about all that green screen shit. She said, they just want to hear your stories. That's it. So just tell your stories. So that was the beginning of me kind of coming back as an activist, but just telling my stories online. And then someone else very wisely said to me, why don't you make a video? Because I kept asking the kids to make a video about Scientology after young people and people who speak 2 languages, and nobody would. So finally someone said to me, why don't you just make 3 videos under a minute and put them on TikTok? And I did. And the next day one of them went viral. It was really wild. And now they're all three over 1 million views. It's amazing. I mean, it's kind of blew my mind. It was like it's like a whole different thing. And Marcy says Tori has affordable membership packages for everyone's budget, starting at $2.99 per month. And that means a lot. You know, if each person does, that helps a bunch. Because I'm still paying for the StreamYard thing until we get this worked out. JB808, Marcy. Okay. I often wonder if the majority of your subscribers, from that era, even realize that you're still active on YouTube. They're sadly missing out on a lot. Yeah, I know. It's like a lot of my personal friends I see in person here in LA. And, you know, people all the time come on, just like the other person now, and said, oh, wow, I didn't even know you were making videos. And, you know, you can only do so much. You make videos, you put them up, and if people see them, you guys can pass them around if you want. That helps. But a lot of ex-Scientologists I've noticed dropped off. They're just not, they're kind of, especially my age, they're like, no, we don't do TikTok. Just like I said to Andrew, I don't do TikTok. And almost every person I meet around in their 60s, 70s, they're not interested in TikTok, just like I was. And I'm only interested in it because there's so many young people that have no education on Scientology. They really don't know about it. So it's important that we educate them. Let's see. Will sure did kick things back into high gear. Will did. Absolutely. Will and Jessica, both of them. He really did. I love that Will came and said, I don't care about getting these people out, but I'm going to shut this place down. It's like, right on, Will. And then Audit LA. I mean, look what happened with her. Here's this woman in a wheelchair who came, and they had put up all those stupid flower boxes that were, one of the guys that's an engineer said they're about 1,000 pounds in weight. So it was starting to ruin the sidewalk. So she couldn't go down the sidewalk. And so she started going to the city council and talking to them about it. And now, because she brought up they're not even getting paid minimum wage. Now, of course, they could pay them minimum wage and then they could hassle us again. But they can't do that because if they just pay the security guards minimum wage, now they're going to have to pay the whole Sea Org. And they know we as a group are not going away. And that's the greatest thing any of you can give, I think, as far as Scientology, is just continuing on, staying here, communicating. You know what I mean? It's really important because they can't stop it. You know what I mean? It's like a train out of control for them. So I don't know. That's a good question, JB808. And you're right, Kelly. He did. Okay, now. Oh yeah, Confident Chris without a Hellcat, Jess, etc. I was fanning out when you made your cameo appearance on their lives. It was so much fun to meet those guys. It really was. You know, it was like they were my age when I got in Scientology, and here they are free and exposing Scientology. It was like right on. I was so happy. Okay, now I wish those were great. Oh, you're just saying those were great to JB808. Yeah. You groupie, JB. Hey, don't be calling people names on here. I'm happy he's here. That's great with you on TikTok, Tori. I know. It's a total shock. I mean, a complete and utter shock. If someone said, like 5 years ago, you're going to be on TikTok, Well, first of all, TikTok, I don't even think was even around 5 years ago. But even let's say when it started, somebody said, well, you're going to be on TikTok. I'd be like, no way. Not now, not ever. Because the only thing I ever saw on it were people dancing around. And I just thought, no, this is not my thing. But Andrew kept saying, no, there's whole sections where people are educating each other on different things. And, he had kind of put it in my head that there is another side to TikTok than the one that all of the people my age think, which is just a bunch of goofballs, trying to make content creation in a goofy way so people will watch it. And they're like, nah, I don't want to watch that. But now a lot of the kids are interested. They want to find out. Hi, Bridge 1872. I was like, do you know who she is? Aww. I was doing that with Bunker. People were like, who? Really? That's amazing. Same with Bunky too. The nostalgia for me. Yeah, we both have some good stories. Yes, get the word out to the young people. Yeah, do. Because it's like, it means a lot for you guys to say, hey, check out this person, Mark Bunker or Xenu TV or Tori Magoo 44. It's just every little bit helps. Excuse me. Yes, get the word out. Okay, yeah, I agree with that, Marcy. Jeffrey, hi. I think you started appearing in my YouTube again. Is that I watch a lot of free speech advocates and former cult member videos. That'll do it. I'll be on there for that. I had a lady call me. I mean, this was last year, but still, she called me. I mean, I'd been speaking out for 24 years then. And she said, do you have an in with the media? And I said, no. Why? And she said, because everywhere I look on the internet, you are getting interviewed. And I said, do you want to know why? And she said, yes. And I said, that's because for 8 years, there were only 4 of us who would speak out and say our names. A lot of people were speaking out against them, but they wouldn't say their names. And the 4 of us said our names, where we lived. And so every TV and radio would call us to do interviews. So I did a ton of interviews. Unfortunately, most of them were like an hour-long interview. They would whittle it down to like 15 minutes. 10 of the 15 were Tom Cruise or one of their celebrities. And the 5 were the worst 5 minutes of the hour for me. Because they were terrified about Scientology too for a long time. They wouldn't do anything on our side until Anonymous showed up. And then they went, okay, that's it. We're going to do it. And that changed it. Audit LA, yeah, she's been huge in their side. A huge thorn in their side. That's right. I knew I wasn't reading it right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the thing. She and Will and Laura now go down to these city council meetings, and she brings up this stuff, these outpoints. I want to do it, but I can't yet. So I may be able to. I think you can do it stream-wise. So I might be able to do that. Hey, Jeffrey. I admire Audit LA's tireless effort and persistence. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm really proud of her. I drove by Blue last night. They had some event in the cafe. Yeah, that's what happened last Friday, too. They had an event. And Drew and I were able to sit right next to them in their bench that they always kick us out of. And they couldn't do anything. It was really fun. It really was. Not because it was fun to hassle them, because we weren't hassling them, but it was just fun to see that 1 or 2 or 3 people, and thousands of people before them, but those people, as icing on the cake, were able to push it through. So they're screwed now. They are really screwed. With the live stream, situation going on, it is fantastic because this is going to affect every single person in every single world where they're getting abused. You have to know that this isn't just Scientology. This is abuse in general and how it happens, how it continues. A lot of people are terrified. They feel like, because that's what abusers do. They scare you. So you think, well, I can't leave. Same for Scientology. I can't leave. But you guys are here going, no, you can leave. You can leave. You can leave tonight. And Tori will come get you. I will. I'll get in my car and I'll go pick them up. So, it's like every person, that's why I say every voice counts, because you never know when you might touch that person. I have a really sweet story to tell you. I think I've told it before, but not much. It's about the bear. Do you guys want to hear it or not? It's kind of a sweet story. I like friends I haven't met yet. Yeah, me too, Valerie. Me too. And then it's really fun when you meet them. Everybody's saying hello. Aw, that's nice, Valerie. You're among friends here. Thank you, Kelly. That's nice. Both of you, Kelly and Marcy, my moderators. Valerie, I have reached out via favorites to former cult members. Even after 42 years, they don't want contact? Really? Hey, you can come over to my house. We'll have lunch. I mean, not here, but we'll go out to lunch. I don't cook, so that's why I say not here. But you could come over and have snacks if you want. Hello from Cultwater. Dusty Soda. We were just raving about you today. A few of us. So hello. He was part of the last big protest they had in Clearwater. And all those fabulous T-shirts Dusty was responsible for. So that was really cool. I think those are outstanding. I really do. Dusty. Question. Do you think the South Park episode on Scientology damaged? Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Because a lot of Scientologists watch South Park. Because it's funny and it's goofy and, it wasn't anything to do with Scientology. Well, it was then. And I love the way they put John Smith, produced by John Smith. It's like they knew what they were doing by the time they did it. Okay, Dusty, you're driving? Well, then don't keep typing. But thank you for saying hello. Let's hear it. Okay, JB808, I'll tell you. Let me just get, all right. Love meeting Dusty. Oh, that's nice, Marcy. He has awesome T-shirts. He does. Okay, so here's the bear story. I'll keep it short for anybody who heard it. A friend of mine on the internet, I never met her before, got really upset about something. I won't go into it because it's personal. But we became friends on the internet. And then she came down to LA and she said, do you want to meet? I'm out here by the beach with my parents. And I said, yeah, I would like to meet you. I like to meet people in person. So I drove out there and I met her mother, who was, she said, in a coma. But I sat down with her and started kind of just petting her hair a little bit. And I said, you're really a beautiful woman. And she started smiling. And her daughter said, oh my God, we haven't seen anything from her in months and months and months. So that was that. So that was kind of cool. Then I met the father, and he was in a wheelchair, and they had these little ramps all around their house and inside and out so he could get in and out. But, we got along great too. And I came home and I thought they were really nice people. So now the daughter comes down again. She lives up north, and she came down again and she said, would you like to come out and see us and my parents again? And I said, yeah, sure. So I drive out there, and I thought, I got to bring the father something because, he was in a wheelchair, kind of contained all by himself. So I brought him a little bear thinking, hey, it's a bear. I didn't know what to get him. It's hard to get guys something. So I bring him a bear. It turns out he names the bear. And the lady that I'm talking to, that I'm friends with, calls me and says, "You won't believe it. I mean, that bear really created an effect on my dad. He carries them everywhere. And he's got a name for him and all this stuff." And we both were like, wow. And I again said, you never know what you might do to help someone. So now he's dying. And in his will, he puts in that he wants that bear in the coffin with him. And I thought, wow. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? I mean, that's kind of amazing, really. When you think, oh, what should I do? Oh, I'll bring him a beer. He'll like a beer. But not really anything like what it turned out. It was just amazing. Okay, Marcy, that's great. I have to take a look at his site. Okay, I missed that. Marcy. Oh, good, Bridge. So you got to meet all these guys. I'm all tie-dyed up. You have 3 of Dusty's shirts. Wow, cool, Marcy. Plus the ones I gave as gifts. Ah, nice. He has awesome T-shirts. Well, you got fans here, Dusty, that's for sure. Question, do you think... Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely damaged him because all kinds of people saw it. Now, did everybody who saw it leave? No, because my husband saw it and he's still in. But I think it's in their head. Do you know what I mean? It planted a seed. Well, that's good. You guys all got to meet each other. And Bridge was there, I guess. I wonder if it was your stream I was watching as everyone was making their way over to the bar. I don't know. Thank you, Marcy. Lady Victoria, thank you. Stream going to the after party after protesting. Okay, there you go. That must have been it. Goes to show the smartest things we do for someone can make a huge... Oh, the smallest things. That's what I was going to say. This wasn't smart. Yeah, the smallest things that we do for someone can make a huge impact. I mean, that's the thing. It's just like a little bit of kindness goes a long way. And you never know. You would have never, if someone said, okay, we'll give you $1 million if you can guess what would be important for this guy, I would not have guessed a bear. I just wouldn't have. And I know his daughter wouldn't have. And if his wife could talk, she wouldn't have. It was just, wow. It was really cool. It was really fun for all of us. That was before I offered 2 Scientologists my parking spot behind the Fort Harrison. Wow, cool. Do you have any T-shirts coming your way, Tori? If you text me your colors and size for you and Drew, I'd like to help. Ooh, nice. That's nice. That would be really great, especially for Drew. I think Dusty's going to send me one. He said he was, but I think he left already. But I think he is. But can you send me your email so I can, or I think I have it. Anyway, I'll send you those because I unfortunately said a medium for Dusty, and then someone else said you'd probably be more comfortable. I think Marcy said you'd be more comfortable with the large, and I think so too because I like baggy things. So yeah, that'd be cool. I don't think I was watching your stream then. Bridge, I won't be a stranger next time. Good. Well, there's Dusty. Finally, a red light. Been at Flag for 2 years, went to Big Blue once, and San Francisco twice. Wow. You're on the map. Sweet. Hi, Dylan Chatterton. Hola. Dusty, it's Florida lights. They keep you hostage. Hi, Dylan. Oh, you're home. Nice. Well, that's good. Then you can talk. I worry about people on their phones in the car. Glad you made it safely home, Dusty. Yeah, me too. Thank you for letting us know you're home. That's good. Well, anyway, that's mainly what I wanted to let you guys know, is that you are very important. What you say is very important, and it's never enough. You know, you might think it's enough, but it's not. Because, I mean, look what's happened. I mean, everybody could have quit. I mean, just look at all the ex-Scientologists that quit. But you guys all came around, and it was like, oh my God, who are all these fabulous people? And some of you have been around for a while, so that's a whole different thing. But I'm so thankful for the new people that started this live stream thing, because I had never even heard of it. I wasn't really, I guess I wasn't poking around in the right places, because I hadn't even heard of it. Glad you made it safely home, Dusty. Yeah. Dusty Soda. How did you get the nickname Soda? I'm curious about that. I thought maybe you drink a lot of soda. Is that it? I'm making you a custom shirt. Ooh, Marcy and crew has donated enough to pay. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Everyone is needed to share the story of what Scientology really is about. That is so true. Very true. Oh, it's a stage name from, are you an actor? Or do you mean like stage on the internet? Marcy, you and everyone involved are so wonderful. I agree. And so are you, JB808. I'm your fan. Drummer. Oh, so you mean real stage. Wow, cool. That's what my brother was. My brother was a drummer, not really that good, not really in a band. Grew up, was in corporate America. A whole bunch of stuff happened. He left. He's been out traveling around the world for my entire life. For the 30 years I was in Scientology, he's been what they call trekking around the world in all the different countries. So at 50, he gave birth to his son with the mother of their son. They lived in Ibiza, Spain at the time. At 60, and there they had concerts every night, all night, nude concerts, just wild, crazy things. And then the hotels came and said, no, these concerts are over. You can do it until 2 a.m, and then that's it. And everybody has to wear clothes. So it was like, and he told me, he said, wherever we go, we find virgin areas where no one is, and the hotels are there within, a very short time afterwards. So he said that's happened all around the world except Mexico. That's the one place that they still have virgin area. Have I ever been to Israel? I have not. Hi, Africa. 3961. I have not. Oh, Israel. Have you ever been to Israel? No, I haven't, but the mother of my brother is from Israel. And so their son, when he was going to, at 60 in Ibiza, Spain, he turned into a DJ. He wasn't really a DJ because they do the records. He was more, getting the kids going and stuff like that. But he became a DJ, and they were flying him all around the world. So now COVID hit. He was in Thailand, going to Vietnam to do a concert. And COVID hit. No one would let him in their country. No one, and not even Israel or Spain, where he'd been living. No, because he wasn't a citizen. His son could go back to Israel or to Spain, but not him. And his mother, his wife, the mother of their child, not wife because they weren't married, but the mother of his child could go back to Israel because she's Israeli. But anyway, pretty crazy. So now he's on this island in Thailand, and that's where he is. So a lot of his Israeli friends came down and they live there too now. So he said, I always wanted to retire on an island anyway. So there you go. If you ever want to see him, he's David Christman on Facebook. You can check him out. He's pretty crazy, but he's been having a good time for a long time. Dusty Soda, I'd love to come back, but you know what's funny about the Africa 3961? When I first was still in, and I had kind of disconnected from OSA, and I was trying to find my way with the cowboys. That's what I called the critics at the time, because they could say what they wanted, do what they wanted, anything. So I'd be on ARS and I would make a post and someone would change it, I thought. And I thought, God damn it, they're changing my words, just like Scientology is doing with these critics. So I started a thing called Africa 646. And that was my the only reason I started it was so I could read what the critics said from what I posted. I didn't know how to do the internet. So anyway, I started Africa 646, and they thought that was me being an undercover OSA person. It wasn't. It was just me not knowing how to do the computer as usual. And this way I could read if anybody answered me. But it's funny to have you have the Africa name, because I was Africa 646. Not for long, but it was fun. Marcy, but what? I forget. Did you ever get a chance to visit your brother? No, I didn't. That'd be an awesome. I think so, but when I left Scientology, I was going to go to. He was in Spain at the time, and I thought, no, he was in India, at Goa, India. He used to go there every year from Christmas until like March, and so he was on Goa, and I said, well, maybe I'll come to Goa, and he said, well, let me send you a video of my life, just so you understand what you'd be moving into. And of course, he made it super boring and awful. So, I didn't want to go. I mean, it just sounded awful. It was just, everybody sitting around, and they were probably stoned. And to them, they were having a good time, but it wasn't my thing. So I was like, all right, no, I'm not going to. And he's never said, yeah, come on over. So, hello, beautiful Tori from Down Under. Hey, D5. Hi. Fascism Watch. Oh, Fascism Watch. Hey, everybody. Hi. Welcome. Cool. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you, Kelly. I'm going to keep bugging you. Please think about it. Are you bugging me to think about what? Maybe you're bugging somebody else. Let me look up and see. Dusty Soto. What are you bugging somebody about? I love this community. Thank you. We love each other too. Oh, here it is. I missed it. I'm on the committee for the Lisa McPherson Memorial 30-year lost but not forgotten. All right, December 5th. Mark your calendars. Okay, so you're going to keep bugging people to come to that. All right, good. Yeah, I'm going to try. When is it? I asked you before, when is the actual date that you're going to do it? And no one so far has told me. Ooh. 43 watching and 32 likes. Come on. Thank you, JV808. We need likes all. Yeah, thank you, Marcy. Fascism Watch. Ooh. Cool. Hit the like, Osa. Yeah, I'm never going to do that. Osa, you have so blown it, and I'm so happy to see it. These people are here to congratulate you also. You've done a great job of screwing over Scientology, David Miscavige. Great. And everybody in it. So now more and more people are leaving. I'm so here for a Bunky and Magoo reunion. I know I've got to get him to do it, though. That's the thing. Come on, Osa, you owe Tori. Hit the like. JB808, you're too funny. We need to raise some funds for Tori to fly and have a place to stay. Well, let's make sure I can come because I'm doing some stuff. Let's make sure I can go first. Also, a member caught using recreational drugs would be barred from receiving services. Yeah. Yep, that's why I quit doing drugs. They said we don't do drugs, and I said okay. I mean, I wasn't really a druggie. I was just like a social druggie. It's sort of like wherever I was, whatever you were trying, I'd try. And most of it I didn't like. I was like, man, I don't think so. I liked LSD. I did. I have to admit, I was kind of with Steve Jobs on that. Steve Jobs was a big LSD guy. But not tons. I didn't do it tons. My brother's done it tons. And you can see from his site, if you go to David Christman, you'll see, yep, he definitely. I mean, for the December 5th, I know that's what December 5th. Okay, good to know. And it's the 5th and the whole weekend or what? Yep, always better anyways. Nice, Tori. I didn't know you were that open. Me? Are you kidding me? I've told most of my life story on Facebook or YouTube, or I started just making videos. I was in Greg Barnes's house in 2000. Bunker was there with his big camera, and there were 4 OTs there, and we were all sharing stories. And I had never heard them. And I said, Bunker, you've got to turn on your video and film this. And it's called OT Speaking Freely. And it is a fabulous video. I mean, it's funny in that for people that have never been in, we sound like a bunch of Martians talking because every other word is a Scientology word. But for us, we were just shocked to find out how different, because Scientology really promotes standard technology. It's not standard. We all 4 of us had different things happen. I mean, it was really shocking and neat. Okay, now wait a minute. Yay, Dusty says, hey, yeah, keep bugging us all. Hi, yep, always better anyway. Oh, nice, Tori. I didn't know you were that open. Oh, yeah. I have told my story. That's when I started. I was telling my story then, and then I just kept making videos, and we are rampant on protests here in Australia. Oh, nice. Sydney protest this Sunday. Okay, cool, D5. That's wonderful. That's a great idea. If Tori can go. Yeah. D5 Scientology protests. Now you have a question after that, JB808, meaning when is it, or what is your question? I would love to raise funds for a trip for Tori. All right, hang on, you guys. I got to make sure that I can go. I have to find out. It's December 5th. I just have to check all my different, because I'm doing all these different medical things. So I just have to make sure I can come. All right. Did you ever meet or know of Lisa McPherson before she passed away? I never met Lisa McPherson. I never even heard her name until after I'd left, and the Lisa McPherson Trust helped me leave. And I was like, okay. I think I had heard, I think I had heard of her briefly, like in passing, that she was someone who'd supposedly died, but, it was all just internet, blah, blah, blah. And of course, Scientology tries to put it all down. And then I met Stacy, Bob, and Jesse, and I realized, no, it's exactly, it's what's being said about them. And I mean, Jeff Jacobson, he was the guy who found out she was dead. He was just a critic, and he started poking around the or the police department records, and he found out Lisa McPherson had died. And he's a really cool guy too. He's the one who came up with the Gandhi tech for picketing, which is just a peaceful way of picketing, because they can't arrest you if you do the Gandhi tech. So no, I never met her before she passed away, but I've done a lot in her honor. Is your passport up to date? No. That's another thing. Do you need your passport to go to Clearwater? I don't think so. He comes into Mark's lives sometimes. Who does? Sad story. Lisa McPherson. Yeah, it's a really sad story. But you know what? It got a lot of people going that weren't probably going to do anything, but it definitely, it brought it into 3D, how bad they are. She died in 1995 while under the supervision of the Church of Scientology, flag service organization in Clearwater, Florida. That's right. And they say she died in the cabanas. I've stayed in the cabanas with my mother-in-law, and I would put money on it she didn't die there. Because I know people who are type 3 are like crazy. They're often screaming. They would not want someone like that near the HGC. Now, I could be wrong, but I just find it very hard to believe that she would be anywhere near where very wealthy people are getting audited. I don't think so. I think she was out at US 19, which is why she'd have all the bug bites, because they don't have roaches in the cabanas. I'm just telling you, I stayed there. If they did, they had one roach. It wasn't like roaches all over the place. US 19, which is where one of the Sea Org workers took me out there to show me, and it was like, oh my God, this is appalling. It was a motel out on US 19 where the Sea Org families lived with their children. And that's where I think they had her. That's my theory. It's just my theory. But anyway, she died with them going to see, I think his name's Minkoff. It was a Scientology doctor. After a minor car accident, the church staff prevented her from receiving psychiatric care, holding her in isolation for 17 days. That's true. And the whole website is up on the internet. Dusty says, no, LOL. What are you knowing? With me, you've got to kind of help me out and say what you're talking about. The 5th is a Friday. Okay, Dusty said the 5th is a Friday. Okay. And what are you saying no to? Okay, she died from a pulmonary embolism caused by severe dehydration and prolonged bed rest, leading to criminal charges later dropped and a civil wrong death lawsuit, which the church settled. I was there for that. That was awful. I mean, I wasn't in the church. I was out as a ex-Scientologist. Jeff Jacobson used to go to Mark's lives. I know. I don't know if he's too active anymore. Um, Mark is on the memorial committee also. Really? Cool. That's right. He lives there, so he can go for sure. Clearwater isn't my favorite place by any means. I was there for 7 years, captive, I felt. It wouldn't let me off the OT7. And I had to fly back and forth there. And it's boiling hot, humidity. And, then they had the injunction that Bunker and I have for life. Bunker doesn't think it's any big deal. But I've watched him try to set me up, and it's tricky. It is. So it's not my favorite place to go. Let's just say that. I think this is my theory. I think on that day, December 5th, like we did this once, Keith Henson, me, and one other person, and we did a mutual picket on the same day in different locations. And we thought it was really cool because we all three did it at the same time. And I'm thinking we should kind of do like an anonymous thing where it's like every major city in the world, we get them to do a protest in honor of Lisa McPherson on December 5th. And it doesn't matter how many people, like some towns had 10 people, some had 300, it just depends. But it would be really cool to get it spread out. And then I could definitely do it here. Horrible the way they threaten people that gave everything to them. Yeah, it is. It really is. And they won't talk to us. No passport is what Dusty meant, I believe. Oh, no, you don't need one. That's what he's saying. Yeah, you don't need one in the United States unless you don't have one of those, the new driver's licenses, which I do because I had to get it when I turned 70. And I had to do the tests and everything. Oh, it was awful. Hey, Tori. Hi, Heart Healer 44. No, you don't need a passport to go to Florida. I didn't think so. We are nuts, but still we are nuts, but still in the U.S. Although I talked to someone today who said if you don't have the most recent driver's license, you do have to have a passport. And her passport is expired, and she doesn't have that license, and she wants to travel. So I think we have to check on that. Make sure, check on it now so people have time to update their driver's license if they need to. Good to see you, Heart Healer 44. Does it matter to you, not to me? Having technical issues here. Well, we're glad you stopped in despite your technical issues. Did you feed your dog? All right. Hey, does it matter to you, not to me? Rib guy, sorry you were having technical issues. Well, I'm just happy you came by. I think all of us have technical issues most of the time. It's kind of part of daily living. Marcy, Dusty, Kelly, Magoo. Last one on the list, always. And I mean it. I'll show you a funny thing. This was a couple summers ago, and I don't know who exactly made this up, but I was proud to be on the list. The Survivors YouTube. They made this up. See, this is it on this side. And then these are all the different people. But you can see at the very end is Tori Magoo 44. Always on the last. But I was happy to be on the list. I thought, well, that's good. I made the list. Oh, wait a minute. What happened here now? Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. There we go. What's the worst? What happened to Heart Healer 44? It's the worst. I haven't been here. Badly and had that surgery. Ouch. That's bad. I know that one really well. I taught myself on OT7 how to tumble and roll because of that very thing. I used to always fall and I would put my wrists out and then I would crack them. And then I'd have to have I didn't have to have surgery so much, but I'd have to have them in a cast and stuff like that. And on OT7, because it wasn't working anyway, I thought, all right, I'm going to teach myself how to fall. And I did. And I can now tuck and roll and I don't break things as much. I can fall, but I don't break things. But I'm sorry, Heart Healer 44. But the good thing about wrists is that they do heal pretty fast. And the main thing is to do the exercises when they tell you to. Your dog side-eyed you until you did. I knew she was going to win out as soon as I saw that picture. All right, Heart Healer 44. Oh, that's the worst. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the worst, but it's bad. I talked to someone today. I don't think I can say it anyway, but I talked to someone. I was surprised. I think I can because they're not on my site or anything. I don't even think they're on the internet. But I talked to someone that I did know, and they had a stroke, and that's scary. To me, that's like really bad. I'd rather break my wrist. I hope you're doing better. I had hand surgery, and that has taken time to get better. Yeah, the surgery really does take a while. You have to just give yourself a break on that one. Nice memorabilia. Here we go. This is memorabilia too. There you go. See? Stop hurting families, Scientology. Frank Oliver made that sign for me in Florida when I was in Florida. Okay, and Dusty says, Rib Guy was a sponsor of the T-shirts project. Thank you, Rib Guy. Good for you, Rib Guy. He's a good guy. It has been awful. Sorry, Heart Healer 44. I'm sure, yeah. And Rib Guy. Does it matter to you? Not to me. And I haven't even seen my shirt yet. CBF has mine. Oh, you'll get it soon. Essence of dumpster juice? Can I join the stream? You can. I had a great specialist. Oh, that's good. Hi, Thompson. I don't know what that little symbol is. Does it matter to you? Not to me. It looks like, I don't know. I can't tell what it is. Hey, essence of dumpster juice. Yes, don't give up on physio until you get 100% mobility back. Yeah, it's really important. It really is. No matter how hard it is. I've been going to physical therapy for 2 months now. Yep. I'm back in physical therapy. I'd done it for a while, then I was out. Now I'm back. Yep. I want to look at this video. Okay. You're gaining technical skills, Tori. Thank you, Heart Healer. Inch by inch. I've said that for 25 years. Is Xenu watching us right now? Well, considering he doesn't exist, no. Just want to make sure. Probably. No, Marcy. Already had OT and doing tons of exercises. Okay, good. Is there a certain way families get sucked into the group? Not any different than an individual. It's just like they I actually have never heard of a whole family getting suckered in. They usually get one person, and then that person gets the rest of the family. That's how it goes. I don't really know. Although I did one time, I used to stand out in front of the testing center like Will and Jessica do. And I would tell people, I was in it for 30 years. Believe me on this. All they care about is your money. And these people, this whole family, 5 people, 3 kids and 2 parents, a mother and a father, came walking down the street. They all had blue tickets for their film. And I walked right up to the mother and I said, I'm going to tell you something. They break up families. And if they get you into this, they're going to take your money. They're going to break up your family. And if they do break up your family, you may never talk to your kids again. That has happened to many, many parents. And all of them went like this. And they handed back the tickets to the guy, that tall, skinny guy that I forget. I think they call him Lurk. But anyway, they all gave him back to him and walked on. And I went, good. I guess no Zeno now. No special vacuum? Very interesting. Thank you. What's very interesting, Javier? Is there a certain way? No. Well, there you go. So I hope you guys, today is what? Today's Tuesday, I think. Is it? It's October 1st, so happy October. I don't know if he was an only child. That's a good question. I don't really know. But I know someone who would know, John Atack. It's Wednesday. Ew. Then I got to go put my car outside if it's Wednesday, because my gardeners have to come in on Thursday. So there you go. What time zone are you in? I'm in the Pacific, the West Coast, Pacific Standard Time. But I was born in Kansas City, Missouri, and I grew up in Chicago in a suburb called Park Ridge, Illinois. And every once in a while, someone from Park Ridge comes on. It's very fun for me. I love that city. It was really a town, but it was really cool. All right. Well, anyway, 49ers for life. It's really sad that people like Tony Ortega like to take advantage of ex-members. I don't really see it that way, but I get it that some people do. Woohoo, Park Ridge. I grew up in Des Plaines. There you go. Oh, Marcy, that's right. So you know my area. Oh, yeah. That's cool. I thought it was Tuesday, too, until my dentist called and let me know I missed my appointment. Bummer, Kelly. It's midnight on the East Coast. It's only 9:15 here. Kelly, sounds like me. I woke up thinking, I know I get mixed up on the time. When you retire, it's really hard. When you work, it's pretty easy because you're always thinking, all right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right, I'm done for the weekend. Oh, yeah. I don't mind. I like the changing of the seasons. I really do. Because then it's dark earlier, and I'm always really happy when it changes back to being light earlier. But I don't mind it because it's kind of a fun change. You do need to go back and visit soon. So it's Thursday there. That's right. I Gotta put my car out. It's 11:17 here in Texas. All right. Oh yeah, because you're Central Time. How did you get to Texas, Marcy? You're in the future. So is JB808. No, JB808 is behind us. My mother was born in Kansas, Missouri. In Kansas, Missouri. So it had to be Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas. But there isn't a Kansas, Missouri. Raised here in San Francisco in the 50s. Interesting. Well, maybe I knew her, or maybe my parents knew her. Small world. It really is. I've posted some of my brother's videos on my Facebook site, and it was shocking how many, not tons, but like 3 or 4 or 5 people had been to his concerts. I was like, wow, that's amazing. It's still 6:18 over here. That's right. Yeah, I knew you were earlier because where I worked, the last place I worked, we had to call around all over the U.S. and we had to call Hawaii. And it was always hard because it's so much earlier there, early in the morning. Kansas City. Yeah, that's where I'm from. Kansas City, Missouri. That's where I was born. I'm from Chicago, from Park Ridge, but I was born in Kansas City, Missouri, and my grandparents lived there the whole time. It's a beautiful city. It really is. So is Chicago. I love Chicago. I love the architecture. I really do. Lucky. I wanted to move to Maui. Yeah, I know. It's lucky that every time I see him, I think, oh, you lucky dog. He's in Hawaii. Well, anyway, it's almost 1:30. So unless somebody has a question or a comment, I better end off. I'm trying to keep it closer to an hour. So thank you to Kelly and Marcy for being our moderators. And thank you to all of you for coming by and making comments and making it important. It's very important what you said. The whole chat should go visit JB808. I agree. That is a good idea. Thanks, Tori and Kelly and chat. This was great. Yeah, you are welcome, Marcy. I'm glad you're back. Good night to you all. Yeah. He should put us all up. Sure. Then we'll come to your house and you can put all of us up in your house. You all might not make it back. And I think that would be fine with most of us. All right. Well, good night to all of you. I love you. And may you have a wonderful rest of Wednesday. Thank you for reminding me. And Thursday. And then hopefully I'll see you. I'll be late Friday night. It'll be like 11 o'clock. All right. Peace out. May the force be with you.